Hi, Aries. Welcome to your reading for today. We're going to see what you need to know right now. This could be past, present, or future, okay? You're going to know best where this resonates for you on your timeline or if it's reversed for you and you're a cross watcher, okay? So just take it how it resonates, guys. And let's see, what's the message for Aries right now? What does Aries need to know today? Let's see. The Tower and the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. Okay, so the Tower is the first card, the High Priestess, and the Knight of Wands. Okay, so you're having some sort of a shocking revelation maybe, or someone is, okay, or there's some sort of destruction going on. There's something shocking happening, or it's a big change, all right? This could have something to do with your intuition, or could even be like a confirmation, okay, for someone. The Knight of Wands, this has to do with action that someone is taking. Maybe you sense this, I don't know. Maybe you can sense that someone is going to try and take some sort of action here. Let's see what this is. What's going on here with Aries? Why is a Tower here? The Seven of Swords. Oh, yeah. Here we go. So we have someone here that's lying, cheating, stealing, trying to get away with something. They're trying to win. They're trying to avoid the Tower. So the Tower's happening anyways, all right? This is someone who thought that they could avoid this. So it's almost like the destruction or the catastrophe is coming in because someone thought that they could try and lie their way out of it and avoid it. So it's kind of like a backfire. It's like the action that they took to avoid it is what ends up bringing it in. That's kind of what this looks like, okay? Why is the High Priestess here? The King of Cups. The Sun and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so there's some sort of truth here, or you knew some sort of truth, or you saw something. I don't know, maybe you knew that somebody was going to try something and that's what made it backfire. What's the Knight of Wands? The Nine of Wands reverse, Five of Wands. And the King of Pentacles. Yeah, okay, so this could have to do with some sort of an argument, some sort of a fight here with a King of Pentacles. All right, let's see if we can find out some more. Tell me more about this Tower. The Two of Cups in reverse, okay, could have to do with a breakup, a relationship ending. The Two of Swords reverse, the Ten of Wands in reverse. Yeah, there's no confusion here, okay, or something is being seen clearly, all right, about putting down some sort of a burden. Ending a relationship, wanting to put down a burden, or wanting to put down something that just feels very hard, maybe. Okay, what's the Tower? Okay, so we have one night stand coming out. Keys on a ring, somebody being strung along, somebody being treated like an option. Okay, so that could have caused a breakup. Is that somebody had a one night stand or somebody was caught cheating, okay? Yeah, so the Seven of Swords and the Tower in reverse could be that this person tried to lie their way out of this, right? They tried to lie to save their own face because they didn't want to face the destruction maybe of the relationship by admitting to cheating, okay? Which then in turn actually ends up bringing in the Tower, because if somebody tries so hard to avoid the truth from coming out, there's got to be something they're hiding, right? Okay. Meeting and conversing with a friend. They tried to blame it on being with a friend, okay, that they were just hanging out with friends or something like that. Okay. But they were actually out giving and receiving affection. Okay. What's that about? Girl talk. Spending time with friends. Yeah, this could be someone that you could have caught them a few times, maybe telling you that they were out with friends or hanging out with friends, or someone is just a friend, someone was just a friend, and it turned out that this was an option, or they were actually out cheating, or they were actually romantically involved with someone, all right? So, or getting coffee or going out to eat or taking someone out, right? Yeah, okay. Death. Yeah, this has to do with a permanent ending, a relationship ending. The Eight of Cups, walking away. Yeah, you could have walked away from this person. Could have ended a relationship with them and walked away from them. And I feel like, look, it's not because you necessarily caught them cheating, okay? But I feel like more it's about the fact that you could tell that they were lying about something and they were trying to get away with it, and they were trying to hide it, right? They didn't want the Tower. This person didn't want the catastrophe. They wanted to avoid the disaster. They didn't want to take accountability. They didn't want to admit to something. And that action of trying to lie and cover things up, that's what caused the ending here in this situation. So it's, look, like in this case, I feel like the cheating, it came out eventually, right? Or else it wouldn't be here like this. But it wasn't the cheating that brought in the catastrophe and the ending. It was the lying and trying to get away with it. Right? And then we have the Page of Cups here. Yeah, somebody maybe wanting to apologize afterwards. Why is the High Priestess here? The Wheel of Fortune, the Four of Wands, and the Nine of Pentacles. This could have to do with a home, with a job, with someone's money, with someone's stability, finances. What's that about? Yeah, okay, so somebody is now being exposed as a snake, or this person can't be a snake around you because you have intuition, or you can pick up on things when they're lying. But I feel like what's tricky about this person is that they don't want to tell the truth. They will lie to save their face until they literally can't anymore. This person will lie for their own reputation and to preserve what people think of them, because they don't want to face some sort of a catastrophe. So this person is tricky because they will never admit, this kind of person, they will never admit to cheating, to lying, to hiding things until you have actual proof, right? And I feel like that's really hard to deal with when you're the high priestess and you have strong intuition that there's something off, but you can't put your finger on it. And then you're dealing with someone that also is always lying, right? So why is this King of Cups here? Love in reverse. And it's a bit strange because they're coming out as the King of Cups, which is usually somebody that is very balanced emotionally, right? Like they have the ability to love and to be compassionate and to empathize, but love in reverse, I mean, this could even be about like a small voice in your head asking yourself, like, does this person even love you, really? Like, is this even love? Okay. What's the Sun? Clock. Yeah, it always comes out. It always comes out. And sometimes that this person has stabbed you in the back. Confirmation. It always comes out, but it might always take a long time for you to figure things out, because you might have to figure things out without this person telling you the truth, right? Now, what is this going on here with, tell me more about this home situation, the Wheel of Fortune, some sort of money, the Queen of Pentacles. This has to do with a Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, and a betrayal, a painful betrayal. An ultimate betrayal. And the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Look at all these people here. Wow, there's a lot of people involved in this one, huh? Okay, so we have a King of Pentacles, a King of Swords, and somebody wanting to have victory and success here, but at the same time feeling trapped, feeling imprisoned. And this has to do with an ultimate betrayal and someone being stabbed in the back. This has to do with a home, a property, and some sort of money, okay? Why is this coming out here like that? Temperance, okay. All right, an angel message. Or it has to do with you being protected. What's this about? Lovers in reverse, a breakup, okay? Or someone denying an affair, someone denying that they had a relationship with someone, denying a lover, okay? Or a breakup at a house. Something about a house, yeah, something about a property and someone denying a lover, denying a relationship, or a breakup, okay? Change in reverse, somebody not wanting something to change. What is that about? Somebody not wanting something to change. The chaser, chasing after you, okay? Yeah, so, I mean, I feel like this is the person that you left behind. It's like they don't let you go. They keep coming back. They keep chasing after you. Or they think that you're not going to actually make a change, all right? I don't know. This has to do with a marriage, a wedding, and somebody that's selfish, someone that only thinks about themselves. Or something about a lack of self-worth, all right? Chasing after someone, chasing after a married person chasing after a marriage, or someone that's married chasing after someone because of low self-worth, because of insecurity. Tell me more about that. The runner. Yeah, a runner, someone that's always in their ego, someone that has a fear of intimacy, a fear of commitment, or someone that's just always jumping around, all right? They're just always on the go, or always out and about. I don't know. They're always going on dates. They're always meeting new people. They're always dating, or they're always telling you about how they want to go out and date other people. So you're out there saying, well, then go and date other people. Right? I don't know. This one is, this is like a very messy dynamic, okay? I mean, okay, so why is this important here for Aries? Why is this coming out like this for Aries? An ultimate betrayal. Because it has something to do with a divorce or not getting married. Okay, a divorce maybe. High Priestess. It has something to do with a divorce or a marriage or a lack of commitment or not getting married, okay, or something like that. Nine of Swords, somebody is worried. The Ten of Wands and the Queen of Swords. Something feels like a lot. Something feels like a heavy burden. Fear, anxiety, stress, worrying, constantly worrying about something, constantly stressed out about something. Yeah. Okay, so if you're the person that's constantly stressed, or you're constantly worried, or you're constantly stuck in your head and you can't get out of it, and you have racing thoughts, and your mind is just working overtime all the time, it could have a lot to do with the fact that whoever you're dealing with is always lying to avoid accountability, or to avoid their own ego being destroyed, or to avoid the way that you see them. Like, this could be their reputation in the community, and this could be their reputation, how they see themselves, how they perceive themselves, or how you perceive them. Right? This person lies in order to preserve how they're seen or recognized by others. Okay? And especially you. So they're going to have a real problem with admitting to things that they know will make them look bad. Right? So they want to avoid that at all costs. And that's what makes this kind of a dynamic extremely hard to deal with, because you know that this person is someone that lies to preserve the way that they are seen by others. So you're never going to know what else they're lying about. What if there's more that you don't know, and that'll keep you stuck in this state of anxiety, worrying, thinking, overthinking. Is there more? What else you're not saying? Did you tell me about this? Because this person only tells you things that there's proof for. Like with this person, you got to have it black on white, or they will not admit to it. So of course, you're going to be sitting there all the time going, what else do I not know? What else will this person not admit to, because I don't have the proof? Right? But there was a situation here where the fact that you knew that they were trying to hide something, you knew that they didn't want to show you something, that was the tower moment for you. At least that was what woke you up, that there has to be something there, or else they wouldn't be trying so hard to hide it. So it backfired on them, right? Because there's something here that they can't defend. This person can only defend themselves when you don't know anything, or when they shut you out, or they hide evidence from you, or they hide their accounts, emails, phones, everything. That's the only way that they can defend all of their actions. Okay. But there was something here that they couldn't defend. And there was a fight that happened because of it. Yeah, Four of Pentacles, they want to hold on to control. This person wants to hold on to control. Look at that. Lovers and the Two of Pentacles. I mean, this is someone that they just want to hold on to all of their options, okay? Like this person could just have a lot of different options, a lot of different lives. They have multiple lives. They have multiple, you know, this kind of person, they have double lives. They have multiple relationships going at the same time, and they just want to hold on to everything at the same time. They just want to keep two lives going. They want to keep two lives separate. They want to keep this relationship separate from that relationship. They want to keep this person away from that person. And that only works with secrets. Lots of secrets. Right? Okay, what else? The Ten of Wands. Yeah, it's just too much. Like it just gets to the point. Yeah, Ten of Wands and it just gets to the point with this that it's like it's going to be too much to take. Right? It gets too much to take. And what gets too much to take is, I feel, in your situation, never knowing if there's more that you don't know. Never knowing if you really got the full truth, or if there's more that they're hiding because you don't have the proof. You know, it gets too much to take. Like Ten of Wands and Death, it's like it's going to drive you to the point of giving up. Because you have questions that they don't want to answer. And they're going to do everything they can to make sure they never have to give you an answer, okay? This has to do with some sort of money, passion. This has to do with some sort of abundance, or keep a positive mindset, manifest what you want, some sort of money, okay? Heartbroken. Yeah, that could have been the reason why you broke up with them, or you left them behind. That's why you broke up with them. It was... You didn't break up with them because they had already admitted to something. You broke up with them because they were lying, and you knew that they were lying again. And they'll try to keep you in a positive state of mind, like, no, you know, I would never do something like that to you. I'm not lying. I would never do that to you. And then it's like, then why are you hiding? Then why are you lying? Why are you hiding things, okay? Talking, yeah, text, calls, emails, all right, conversations. The Phoenix, about wanting to change. Yeah, that's the next thing, right? This is someone, they'll always promise you that they're going to change and that they're never going to do it again, that there's no more lies. That was the last lie they've ever told you, that they're never gonna be that way again. They're never gonna lie to you again. They're gonna be 100% honest from now on. And then the next lie comes out. And then the next lie comes out, right? This is the pattern. This is gonna be the pattern for this kind of a person, because it's not about them being honest, and lying is not about... Well, okay, I should say it this way. They want to look like they're a good person. They want to look and be perceived as being an honest, loyal person that would never hurt someone. But that's not who they are, and that's not how they act. So the only way they can keep that upright is by lying continuously. And they're always going to tell you that they're never going to do it again, and they're never going to lie to you again, because they want you to see them as someone that wouldn't lie and wouldn't cheat and wouldn't hide things. And then you find out the next lie, right? And I feel like that's just the pattern. That's just the pattern. Yeah, they don't evolve. Relationship evolving to the next phase, healing the inner child growth. Yeah, they don't evolve. They just never evolve past that pattern that they're in, okay? No, being a manipulator. I'm sorry, charming and using you. And the charming is, I'm never going to do it again. I'm never going to lie to you again. I love you so much. You mean the world to me, right? That's this. But the thing is, like, you get to the point where when they lie to you about so many things, you're also going to start asking yourself if they're lying about how they feel about you, right? Everything they say to you is just to get you to drop down your boundaries again and let them back in. And then, of course, the next time they do something deceptive, they're not going to tell you about it, because you already know that this person will lie about almost anything and everything to make sure that they keep this persona going that is not really who they are. Yeah. Oh man. Okay, so tell me about this Knight of Wands here with the Five of Wands, a fight. The Two of Pentacles, about how this person, they have two sides to them. They have two sides to them. Okay? They have two completely different personalities. And I feel like one of them is very loving. They're probably very loving, okay? Very affectionate, very loving, very nice. You know, all the nice things. But the other side to them is deceptive, is a liar. It's like you're never going to really know who they are. That's what this feels like. You're never really going to know, because they always it's always like you just don't know. Are they still living a double life, right? Or are they still juggling you with someone else? Because the thing is, like, look, what makes someone go crazy in this situation is that you're going to know how good they are at lying. Like, this is someone you know that they are really good at lying. So everything that they say, like this relationship, you're going to get to the point where you don't even know what is real anymore, what they're saying to you, what's real and what's not real, because they're that good at lying, right? It really, like, you just don't know what to believe anymore. Yeah, I'm telling you lies. I'm telling you lies. Lies. All they do is lie. Devil. This person has a side to them that is, you know, that's very dark. It could, you know, it's also anger. Like, this person, they will get angry. They get angry with you, okay? They could have a side to them that's very angry, that's very toxic, very dark, very toxic, very mean, okay? I also want to say greedy, okay, with the King of Pentacles here. Like, they're gluttonous. For them, it's never enough. It's never good enough. They want more, 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 more. You know, they could make you feel like you're never enough. They always need more, 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 right? They're very gluttonous. They're always comparing maybe you. This is someone that'll always feel like the grass is greener on the other side. They're never going to be content with just one person or one life. But the deceptive thing about it is that they will lie and make you feel like you are the only one. And then they'll do things that are the complete opposite. And then they'll lie so that you never find out. You know, this is... Yeah, look, I feel like what you have fought about with this person for the majority of this relationship, whether this be a relationship of the past, okay, or that you're in right now, whatever, the majority of the fighting in this relationship has to do with this person's lying. Ace of Swords in reverse and the Devil, that they are a liar, okay? That they trickle truth. This is someone that will trickle truth you. They will always compare you. They will always make you feel like you have to compare. They will always make you feel like you have to compete. Okay? Or they'll always have a double life, or they always have options. They always keep an option. And then they will lie about it until you catch them. Every time. And that it really begs the question. It's like, you know, you're going to get to a point with this person and ask yourself, like, what the fuck do you want from me, right? It's very confusing. Like, people like this are very confusing because they're telling you all the time, like, they only want you and they love you and you're the one and they want to be honest now. They're never going to lie again. And then they do it again and again and again. And it's just confusing, right? Like, yeah, this one it's hard to wrap your mind around this because it's the Page of Pentacles, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Ace of Cups. What's that about? A new beginning in love, or clock, needing time, taking time. This person's been doing this for they've always been this way. Or time cycles. It happens repetitively. Like, it's like a relationship where there's a huge lie that comes out like once a year. Like every year that you've known them, a huge lie comes out, right? Like, that's what this is. Okay, it just happens repetitively all the time. Girl talk. Oh, look at them talking to chicks on the phone or dudes on the phone. Always talking to other people. Always cheating on the phone, talking to other people, meeting up with other people, flirting with people over and over and over again, right? And then telling you, oh, it's just a friend. That wasn't anything. It wasn't that. It wasn't this. It wasn't that. It's not what it looks like. It was just harmless, right? I didn't even talk to them. They talked to me, but I wasn't interested. You know, it's going to be stuff like that. Healthy choices. They always need choices. I swear this is someone, they just need to feel like they always have options. Like, they can't be happy in life if they don't feel like they have an option. Right? And what makes a relationship with a person like this so confusing is that every time you try to leave them, they're going to tell you that you're the one. They love you more than anyone. You're the love of their life, right? There's no one besides you. You're the only one they want. And then when they have you, they treat you like an option. They treat you like they don't need you. I can have someone better than you. You're just an option to me. Don't you think I can have anyone else? And you're just like, what? You can't understand it, right? No, the relationship is over. No second chances. Yeah, that's what it has to come to at some point, is that it's like this person only wants you when you're leaving them. They only want to make you the choice when you're leaving them. Then when they have you, they think they can do better than you, right? You know, it's like, what do you want? You know, what do you want? The snake. What do you want? What does this person want from you? They just want to charm you and use you. They just want to be a snake that wraps themselves around you. And then when they have you, they're like, you know what? I could do so much better than you. I could meet someone new. And it's like, okay, fine, go. Then go do that. Right? I mean, this is also someone they've done this, most likely 100% done this to you behind your back anyways, always met someone new, always been on dating sites behind your back. You know, this is the kind of person where they'll have Tinder during your relationship. Yeah, you know, stuff like that. And it kind of blows your mind, right? It's like, it's very confusing. This person is confusing. What they want is confusing. Okay, if you can even call this love, it's confusing. I don't know. It's like, of course you want to think that this is love, but like, is it really? Okay. Yeah, 8 of Cups, walking away from this person because of third parties. When you end up walking away from this person, it's because of their constant cheating, okay? You're going to get fed up with the constant cheating, with the constant other people, with the constant options, constantly choosing other people over you, prioritizing other people over you, making other people feel more special, you know, just leaving you out in the cold all the time. I mean, this could even be, hold on, let me see. The 4 of Cups. Yeah, you could, I mean, you might even be getting to the point where whenever you reject them, you tell them to go date other people. Like, go be with that other person over there. Why don't you go back and, you know, cheat on me again? How about that? I know you want to, go do it. I know you're not happy, so why don't you go find yourself another option? You know, it'll get to that point. And that on its own is sad, a sad way to live, a sad way to be in a relationship where you feel like this person has made you feel so replaceable, because that's what it is at the core of it, right? Is that this person has made you feel like you are so replaceable to them, or they can always have someone else, or they can always cheat on you and treat you like an option, to the point where you just assume that that's what they want. So, you know, when you push them away, you're going to tell them, go be with that other person or go date someone else. Because you know that if you were to leave them, they would do that immediately. Immediately. Or maybe they already have someone else. You don't even know. How are you supposed to know with someone like this? You know? What do you want me to say? Okay. Anything else? Mask. What this person is hiding. Exactly. They are always hiding something. And you know that. There's always something that they're hiding. All right? That they're lying about, that they're pretending about. They wear a mask. They wear a mask and they gaslight and they delude the truth and they don't tell you the whole truth and they trickle truth, okay? And then they gaslight you. I feel like this has a lot to do with the way that this person hides their lies. It has a lot to do with gaslighting, okay? And wanting to wear a mask, wanting to hide who they really are, which is a cheater and a liar. But they don't want you to see them that way. So of course they're going to try and hide everything that they do because they don't want to be seen that way. But, you know, you know, with this kind of person, it's going to be weird because they'll make you feel like they want to change, like they don't want to be that way. They see that it's wrong. They don't want to be that way. But then it's like, but why do you keep lying then? Why do you keep hiding stuff then? I don't know. Very confusing. Seduction, hiding all this cheating. They're always cheating. They're always falling into temptation. They're always flirting with other people. They're always hooking up with other people, and they're always hiding it, lying about it. Man, why is this important for Aries to understand, or why is this important for you to know? I mean, because you're the Emperor, okay? The Queen of Cups. The Knight of Cups. This has to do with an Emperor and a Queen of Cups, and somebody giving someone an offer and then betraying them. Ten of Swords. Ultimate betrayal. Yeah, with lies, it's literally that. It's lies. I can't make it up. It's doing things for your own selfish desires. This person does things because it's their desire. It feels good to them. It's what they want in the moment. They act and do whatever they want. It's all about them. It's all about what they want, how they feel, what fills their cup, what makes them rev up their engine, if you get what I'm saying. And then they want to lie about it afterwards. If this person betrays you and stabs you in the back, it's because it feeds their ego. It feels good to them. It's because they want to do it. They're self-centered. They don't think about you. They never think about you. They don't care about how you feel. It's always about them, okay? Really. And then they want to lie about it. And then they want to lie to hold on to you, or to hold on to their face, or to hold on to their reputation, or how you see them, okay? That's it, really. The Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, a breakup. Planning a breakup strategically, okay? Maybe you have to plan how to break up with this person long term. And the thing is, you want to know why? You want to know why with this kind of person you're going to have to plan it? Is because there's a pattern here, obvious pattern here of, you know, at first they'll say, I don't need you. You're just an option. You think I need you? You think I'm going to regret that you leave? I'm not going to regret it at all. Okay? You're going to regret this more than me. That's this. You're going to end up regretting that you left me. You think I need you? I can have anyone. That's what they say at first. And then when you actually leave, that's when they're like, wait, no, I love you. Don't leave me. Please come back. You know I don't mean it. You know you're the only one for me. It's like, right? That's why you have to plan it, because you're going to have to do it in a way where this person can't try and pull you back again and again and again and again. Okay? Really. So any last kind of advice here for Aries? Taking this action, you're going to need a lot of strength. You're going to need a lot of strength to get away from this relationship, because it's so confusing, okay? It just doesn't make sense, really, right? Yeah, if you want to have a new beginning and you want to have freedom and you just want to be free, it's going to take a lot of strength, okay? The High Priestess in reverse and the Hierophant in reverse. What's the High Priestess in reverse? That this person is taking a chance, taking a risk, being strategic. Huh? Why is being strategic now taking a chance, a risk? Why is that with the High Priestess in reverse? Because of this person getting triggered over photographs. What? Somebody getting triggered? Somebody in turmoil with some sort of photographs or screenshots, or someone looking at photos? What does that mean? A soulmate connection, a relationship, because there's no balance. Somebody can't balance themselves out. There's no duality here. I don't get, hold on. I was going to close the reading, but like, why is the High Priestess in reverse? This has to do with a betrayal in the past. Something about cards, maybe? Is this about tarot cards again? Something in the past wasn't from intuition. It was from betrayal. This could be like betrayal trauma. The Six of Cups and the Ten of Swords is giving me betrayal trauma. Like this person has betrayed you so many times and hurt you so many times that they've given you a sort of betrayal trauma when it comes to leaving something behind or moving on from it. And it's because of this pattern that they have. That's what this is. Where they want to let stuff go and they want you to just forget about it. And they're like, why can't we just move on? Just forget about it. I already told you everything. But from your experience with them and with the constant betrayal trauma that they've caused you, you've learned in the dynamic that there's always something else that they haven't said yet. Or there's still something else that they're lying about, because I feel like that's been the pattern, is that you've, with time, continuously, in a continuous fashion, found out or caught them betraying you, lying to you. So your mind from this betrayal trauma is traumatized to the point where you automatically assume now that they're not telling you the whole truth and that there's more. There has to be more. There has to be more that you're not telling me. Because you know that they only admit to the things that you have proof for, you know? So you might get triggered a lot dealing with them, okay? You might get triggered a lot. Because they've caused a lot of turmoil in your life. They've caused you a lot of betrayal trauma. All right? And especially with this, they just want to like get over it and move on. Like there's nothing else there. Like stop asking me about my past. Why do you keep asking me about my past? Why do you keep asking all these questions? Stop asking me questions. Just let it go already. But you can't. You get to the point where you can't let it go because they don't want to answer questions. How are you supposed to let things go when they don't want to answer you any questions and they don't want to be honest? All right? And this could have something to do with a divorce. Okay? Maybe you have a lot of questions about a divorce. Because there might have been a huge lie there that this person tried covering up for a long time. And you might have not found out about this lie without you actually figuring it out yourself. So now you know that they don't admit to anything unless you figure it out. How are you supposed to move on when it's something like that? when you know that they just don't admit to anything. Okay. Oh, difficult, Aries. All right, I don't know. I hope this helped. If anything, sometimes we don't want to see things for what they really are, right? We don't want to see the person for who they truly are, that they are capable of doing this to us. Yeah, it's difficult. Because if you love someone, if you love them, okay, and that's completely disregarding the question if they love you, okay? But if you love them, you might want to believe the mask more than the actions. Like, of course, there's a part of you that wants to wish that they're going to be honest now and they're never going to lie again, and they see that this was horrible and all that. Yeah, difficult. All right, Aries. I hope this helps. Okay, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.